Picture this. A cozy cafe on a rainy afternoon. A young woman, Phoebe, sat by the window with her latte, scrolling through her phone. Her feed is filled with clips from romantic movies, soul-stirring scenes where two people lock eyes across a crowded room, as if destiny itself pulled them together. She smiled wistfully and whispered to herself. "One day, I'll meet my soulmate, the one person out there who's meant for me." This isn't just Phoebe's dream. For centuries, stories, movies, and even fairy tales have told us that somewhere out there is our other half, a single perfect match who completes us. It's comforting. It makes love feel magical, fated, inevitable. But here's the problem: when Phoebe dates, she constantly compares every person to this fantasy. No matter how kind, caring, or compatible they are, none of them ever feel perfect enough. And this is where the trap begins. Because psychology tells us something shocking. The idea of a soulmate, the one true match, is more illusion than reality. Weeks later, Phoebe met Joel. Their first encounter was electric. The moment he smiled at her, her heart raced. The conversation flows effortlessly, laughter bubbling up as though they've known each other for years. She texted her friends later that night. "I think I found him. This has to be fate. He feels like my soulmate." But what's really happening here? Psychology and neuroscience revealed that these soulmate moments aren't destiny, they're biology. When we're drawn to someone, our brain floods with chemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, adrenaline. These surges create that intoxicating cocktail we call chemistry. Phoebe mistaken this intense rush for destiny. But a few weeks later, reality creeped in. Joel left his socks all over the floor, interrupted her mid-story, and sometimes forgets to text back. The butterflies faded. Suddenly, she's confused. If he was really her soulmate, why doesn't it feel perfect anymore? And this is where so many of us fall into the same trap, believing that chemistry equals compatibility. But in truth, the soulmate feeling is often just our brain on dopamine. It's not fate, it's science. One evening, after a fight with Joel about something trivial, Phoebe storms into her best friend's apartment. She started asking, if he were really her soulmate, it wouldn't be this hard. She snaps. Her friend listened patiently, then replied. Or maybe love isn't supposed to be easy. Maybe it's supposed to take work. That sentence lingered in Phoebe's mind. Psychology research supports it. Couples who last aren't the ones who find perfection, they're the ones who navigate imperfection. Conflict doesn't mean you're with the wrong person, it means you're human. The myth of the perfect soulmate convinced people to abandon relationships too quickly, mistaking normal struggles for proof that this isn't the one. And here's the danger: when we're fixated on the one, we missed out on the many potential partners who could have been the right one we built love with. Phoebe starts to question everything. What if soulmates aren't real? What if the perfect match is just a comforting illusion? Phoebe decided to see a therapist, hoping for clarity. Her counselor looked at her kindly and says, "A soulmate isn't found. A soulmate is created, through shared effort, vulnerability, and growth." At first, Phoebe resists. It feels less magical, less romantic. But then, the truth begins to sink in. Psychological studies confirm it: long-lasting love isn't destiny. It's built brick by brick, through consistency, communication, and emotional safety. Think of it this way: love is like a garden. You don't stumble upon a fully bloomed paradise. You find soil, plant seeds, water them, and nurture them over time. That's how deep bonds grow. Phoebe reflected on her relationship with Joel. Yes, they argued. Yes, it's messy at times. But he shows up when it matters. He listened when she cried. He held her hand when she feels uncertain. Maybe he isn't her destined other half. Maybe he's just another flawed human, choosing to growing with her. And maybe, that's enough. Months later, Phoebe and Joel walked side by side in the park. The sun sets in shades of gold and rose, casting long shadows. They laughed about a silly inside joke. They still argued sometimes. They still misunderstood each other. But instead of seeing conflict as proof of failure, Phoebe now sees it as part of building something real. The soulmate myth promises effortless perfection. But reality, and psychology, tells us something far more powerful: love isn't found in destiny. It's forged in the daily choices we make to show up, to listen, to forgive, and to keep choosing each other, again and again. Phoebe smiled at Joel, realizing she no longer needed the fantasy of a soulmate. She doesn't need the one. What she has is better, a partner who choosed her, and whom she choosed back. And maybe, just maybe, that's what a soulmate really is, not fate, but choice. So let me leave you with this: do soulmates truly exist? Or are they simply the people we choosed, nurtured, and grew with, turning illusion into reality, one choice at a time?